What's up guys, and welcome back to the next episode of this VW Transporter T4 campervan conversion. So we're getting there with the conversion. As you can see, I've got new flooring down, the rear's re-insulated, I've got new seats fitted up front. So today I'm going to be concentrating on doing some carpeting inside the van. It was previously carpeted, but I had to take a lot of the carpet off just to replace a lot of the insulation, and also because when I fit the solar panel I'm going to have to get the cabling down into the panels anyway. So it all had to be removed, so I'm now going to be recarpeting pretty much everything I took off earlier on. So I've got a roll of carpet. As you can see, this is 4-way stretch carpet and some high temperature Trimfix adhesive as well. Now if you're looking for similar things yourself, the 4-way stretch carpet, whether it's the grey colour or any other colour variants, or the adhesive, things like that, check the links in the description of the video below. They'll go out to eBay, where I bought everything that I'm going to be using in this conversion pretty much, including the 4-way stretch carpet and the high temperature Trimfix adhesive. So what I'm going to be doing is carpeting both of the ply panels individually. It was previously carpeted across the entire rear quarter panel, but I'm not too keen on that method because it means if you do ever need to get behind a panel to problem solve or anything like that, it means you have to take the entire carpeted panel off again. Whereas at least if you carpet just individual panels, if anything needs to come off, you just unscrew that single panel and you're not having to recarpet all the metalwork again all over. So I'm going to be carpeting the ply panels, and then I'm also going to be recarpeting all of the metalwork as well that's currently exposed. So all above the sliding doors, around the seat belt pillars as well, where the flooring meets the metalwork along there. Basically any exposed bare metalwork is going to get carpeted over as well. And then when the ply panels are fitted back in place, that will sit on top of the carpeted metalwork for a nice, neat, uniform finish throughout. So less waffle, let's get cracked on. I'm going to get some nice sharp scissors out. I'm just going to be laying it down on the floor here after I've gave it a good sweep, make sure the flooring's nice and clean. And then we'll be laying the plywood down and we'll get all the carpet adhered to it. So as I say, let's get cracked on, and by the end of this video we should have a fully carpeted out VW T4 campervan conversion. Right, so the carpeting's coming along nicely. There's the two rear panels fully carpeted out. So now I'm going to do both of the seatbelt pillars in the front. This does require to actually remove the seatbelt from the pillar itself. And to remove the seatbelt, it's just a couple of 17mm bolts that need removing. One at the base there, one for the seatbelt mechanism itself, one at the top for the little slider bracket. And then there's a couple of little Phillips screws just to take out there, and one in that top section there if you're going to do that top corner as well. I'll be taking that off and doing that corner just so there's no bare metal exposed around this area. So I'm going to do both the pillars, and then we'll do this little side step along here as well. It's going to be getting done in sections, and I'm going to try and get the joins as close and neat as possible to try and make it look as though there isn't any join there at all. So I'm going to get both of these seat belts fully removed from the pillars. Then we'll get the carpet out, we'll get all the pillars sprayed up and get the carpet applied and the seat belts back on. So it's coming along, let's get cracked on and get a bit more done. Right, so another step on the carpeting is fully completed. That's the side pillars behind both of the sliding doors carpeted as well. And then when the carpet ply panels sit on top, that basically creates a full surround covering all of the areas that have been carpeted over, and they're just basically going to have carpet on top of carpet, leaving a nice and neat trimmed finish all the way around as well. The only thing I've got left to do now is the top metalwork going across both sides, but I need to get my solar panel installed before I can do that. So in the meantime, I'm creating my new headlining as well. As you can see, I'm just doing a quick test fit to make sure that I've got it cut down to the right size, and this looks about right. It's a full 1.2 meters wide, but it's just 220 rather than 240 long like the sheet comes. So it's been cut down to 220 in length. So now I'm going to take this down, I'm going to carpet this as well, and then we'll be able to get some lights mounted into the headlining. Then once the solar panel is mounted, I'll be able to get this fully secured up as well. But as I say, this does need carpeting first as well, so I'll get this done as part of this video as well, and it's another bit of carpeting all ticked off. So let's get this headlining back down and get it all recarpeted up. What's up guys, and welcome back to the next episode of this Volkswagen Transporter T4 campervan conversion. So in today's video I'm going to be fitting some LED downlights and a touch panel dimmer into the van, into the new headlining that I've made, as you can see here. Now inside the van it's coming along nicely, all the flooring's down, the insulation's down, I've got the solar panel on the roof and all the carpeting is done. So now I can finally get the headlining up, now the solar panel's on the roof. But obviously I might as well get the lights and the dimmer all fitted in place now, otherwise I'd have to take the headlining back down just to do it at a later time. So to get them all fitted in, it's all a relatively straightforward and simple job. We're just going to be putting some nice equal measurements all the way round in each corner basically. I'm going to be fitting 4 lights in here, all fed across to this touch LED dimmer control. Now as you can see on the dimmer there's just a little circle around there, and you literally just touch on the circle wherever you want, and that corresponds to how bright the lights kick out as well. Now if you're looking for any of the bits that I'm going to be fitting in this video, whether that's the LED lights, the touch dimmer, anything like that, or the cabling itself, check the links in the description of the video below. That'll go out to eBay, where I've bought pretty much everything that's going into this conversion. I prefer eBay over Amazon, so that's where my links go to. Like I say, this is going to be a relatively simple, straightforward install. Shouldn't be a long video, shouldn't be a long job. So let's get some safety gear out and tools out. Let's get cracked on. Let's get these 4 lights fitted into the headlining, get the headlining fitted up into the van, get the touch panel dimmer cut into one of the side panels, get it all wired up, get it tested. By the end of the video, we should have a nice new headlining fitted in place with some nice touch controlled LED downlights. So let's get cracked on. Right, so that's the lights in the headlining, and that's the headlining now fully mounted up on the roof ceiling as well, and it's all looking quite nice and neat, as you can see. Needs a bit of a brush down, but other than that, I'm quite happy and pleased with how this is coming out. Now, in anticipation of having the lights put in, I'd already fed a little cable behind the carpeting on the metalwork, so I've connected the lights to the cable that was fed up. All I've done is connected all 4 lights into a junction, a little junction box. Had the one cable that was already behind that carpet, and that's connected up to it. If I peel this down, you might be able to see it. Yeah, there's just a connection there. So as I say, there's that black cable that's going behind the carpeted, and that's going down behind this ply panel. And there's all of the cables for the lights, just put into one chock box that's connected to that light. So now I'm going to take this panel back off. I've got to run a cable going up behind the panel to power the actual dimmer. And I also now need to cut the dimmer in. The dimmer is probably going to go around about there, just so it's nice and accessible. It's going to be nice and easy to get to when you're getting in and out of the van. So let's get this panel off. Let's get a hole cut for the dimmer, get the dimmer mounted in, get it wired in, give it a test, and hopefully very, very soon we'll have some nice working LED downlights in this nice new headliner that's been fully manufactured. So let's crack on, get a bit more done. Now, to wire in the touch dimmer controller, it can actually look a little bit more confusing than it actually is, just with all of the different outputs and inputs listed on the back and then listed as channels on the actual screws themselves. But pretty much most of that can just be ignored. All you need to pay attention to is the input, so you will have the positive and negative from your 12-volt source, whether that's your leisure battery, your fuse board, things like that. Then on the output for the lights, you have one positive, which is the V positive there, and again that's listed there. So you put your positive for the lights in there and negative in channel 1. You can put it in channel 2 or 3. This does have the option to have different outputs for different light sets, but I always just wire all the lights in as one. So you have the positive and negative from your power source, and then on the output you have the positive and one of the negatives for the lights, and that's it. So let's get this panel back in place, get this controller wired up, and let's give it a test. Right guys, so there we go, that is the carpeting job of this Volkswagen Transporter fully completed now. That's all of the ply panels fully carpeted, all of the bare metal carpeted. We've created and carpeted a brand new headliner, as well as fitted in some LED downlights and a dimmer panel to control the light brightness as well. Just push the power button on the dimmer, hear a little buzz, and the lights come on. And again, just by pushing where you want on the dimmer, that controls the brightness, so you can dim it right down halfway house or all the way up to the brightest as well. We've fully carpeted both of the sliding doors on the driver's and the passenger side. As you can see, all of the ply panels around the door, as well as all of the bare metal, fully carpeted on that side. And the passenger side has the window fitted in, but again the panel beneath it is fully carpeted, as well as the metalwork going around the window as well. The V-pillars where the seatbelt posts are on both sides, they're fully carpeted and looking nice and neat, as well as the little step going from the front cab into the rear of the conversion as well. Now I did forget to actually record a little roundup after I just finished all the carpeting, so that's why you might see little sneak peeks of jobs that have been completed that will be coming in future videos. Things like the bed build, the kitchen pod build, things like that. That'll all be coming up soon. But I just thought I'd quickly jump in and do a quick roundup of the carpeting, because as I said, this is going to be the next video for the channel as well. Now if you're after any of the items that I've used within this video, whether it's the stretch carpet, the Trimfix high temperature adhesive glue, the LED downlights, the dimmer, touch control, things like that, just have a look beneath the video. There's a description beneath the video with links that will go out to eBay, because that's where I pretty much bought 90% plus of the items that have been going into this conversion. I prefer eBay over Amazon, things like that, so that's where most of my links go out to. So if you're looking for any of the items that are being featured within this video, whether it's even the tool set that I use, I say the carpet, the glue, the lights, the dimmer, anything like that, have a look in the description below and I'll go out to eBay. But in the meantime, do feel free to let me know what you think of the carpeting job that I've done in here. As I'm quite happy and pleased with how it's turned out. I think it looks quite nice and neat, quite professional. But I do always like to know what you guys think as well, so leave me a comment beneath the video, whether you like it, even if you don't. As I say, it's always handy and useful just to see what you guys think of the jobs that I'm doing as I'm going along, converting this Volkswagen T4 from what was a basic camper into a more fully fledged, fully kitted out camper van as well. So that's this video fully complete now. As I say, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button, leave a like if you did find the video useful, and as I say, let me know in the comments below about what you think of the actual job that's been completed. And hopefully I'll see you on next week's episode of this Volkswagen Transporter T4 campervan conversion, as we go along converting it week by week. So thanks for watching. As I say, let me know in the comments below what you think of it, and hopefully I'll see you on next week's episode. Thanks for watching. Cheers.